Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys have any problems with my audio or the video, please do let me know. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys have any problems with my audio or the video, please do let me know. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Hello, everyone. Hello. All good. Okay, that's great. Yesterday, very few people turned up for the lives on Instagram. I don't know why, but today also after the class itself, we'll be going live on Insta again. So if you guys want to join us, do so. I will be taking some of the people who will be requesting to come live with me. I will be taking them live, as well as if there are any questions right over there related to anything, they can definitely ask me and I will try to solve them one on one. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. We'll be waiting for 5 more minutes till that point of time as well. If somebody has any questions, they can put it up in the live chat. Okay, and I will try to answer them as much as possible. I'm just waiting for everyone to join the session. I don't want anyone to miss on what we are going to learn. Okay. Just be on time, guys. It is definitely better if everybody is starting on time so that we can start together. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Pranav Nath. I'm speaking it correctly. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. We'll be waiting for 5 more minutes so that everyone is able to join us. Okay. Will there be any boot camps for Angular in the future? Surely we'll be having boot camps on React. The next bootcamp that I am thinking about is a React based bootcamp like JavaScript and React. So we'll be learning JavaScript first of all, then we'll be learning React. And the project that we'll be working on will be an Amazon clone using React. So that is what I'm thinking about right now. Okay, so the WhatsApp links have been updated. So do one thing, reload this particular page for those who haven't joined any WhatsApp groups of DevTown. So many of the students yesterday were saying that they haven't joined the groups, WhatsApp groups itself. So do one thing, just reload the page. In the description of the video, you'll be able to find a link to the WhatsApp group. Please join only in the case that you haven't joined any other WhatsApp group. Okay. Yeah, because it's unnecessary to join 2 or 3 WhatsApp groups. The same information will be sent on all the groups, so it won't be that beneficial to you. What's wrong with the voice? It's different from yesterday. Is it a case with everybody? Like, am I not clear enough, or is there some reverberations or something like that? Because of course I'm not able to hear myself speaking. So if somebody is able to guide me, that would be really better for me as well. It's clear. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's fine then. We'll be waiting for 2-3 more minutes so that everyone is able to join us. Up to that point of time, that is what I was saying, was that if somebody has not yet joined the WhatsApp group, a link has been put down in the description of the video. You will be able to see that. You can join the WhatsApp group from right over there. Okay. Do not join multiple WhatsApp groups. It is not beneficial to you, because the same information will be going on all the groups. Secondly, the next bootcamp that we are going to have, that I have planned as of right now, I think so that will be starting from the 10th of the next month, that is May, 10th of May. Okay. So we'll be having the bootcamp from the 10th of May, and the topic of the bootcamp will be JavaScript and React.js. That is what we'll be learning from scratch. Okay, no prerequisites required again. And the project that we'll be working upon will be an Amazon clone using React. So that is what we are going to do. These projects are very small projects. We aren't going a lot into depth into the project itself. These are just introductory projects that you can put up on your resume, showing your skill set that, okay, I've learned this particular technology. Web development is a very vast field, like I've discussed yesterday as well. We will be learning a lot more about that. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that as well. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So we'll wait for 2 more minutes. A lot less number of people have joined up till this particular point of time. Okay. So any of your friends who had registered for the boot camp, who haven't joined up till now, just let them know. And then we will start off at the boot camp. Okay. Okay, I will just put up my phone on silent mode. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So today we'll be starting with HTML. We'll be doing some practice as well as we go along. See, you need to make sure that whenever you are learning a new skill set, okay, especially when it comes to technology based skill sets, whether it be React, whether it be HTML, CSS, JavaScript, anything else as well, okay, whether it be a programming language like C++. So we are planning to release a full blown course. Like if I'm able to open it right now, I'll just show you guys. So this is a particular course on C++ that we have created. We are just going through the final touches of the entire code. Everything that has been mentioned. So this basically covers the entire C++ as a language. 2 more videos are left. So it will be like 33 day long entire C++ course that will be covered for free on YouTube. You don't have to pay anything, guys. This has been created by a particular person, Aman Sahu. He has been working at, I guess, Cisco as of this particular moment, as well as various other companies in the past as well. So a particular person from the industry will be teaching you C++. So it will be a great experience for you as well. We'll try our best, okay, to release this every single day after this bootcamp ends. You guys who are planning to start off with data structures and algorithms or computer programming, C++ is a very essential skill set to have on your resume. Okay, many number of questions will be coming directly from the language itself, as well as when you are learning DSA, that is data structures and algorithms, as well as computer programming, that is CP. My preference, like language of choice, even though I know a lot of languages, Java, Python, JavaScript, Go, but my preference would always be C++. So that is what I'm telling you guys right now. Okay, any plans for Python beginner to expert course? I'm so sorry. Just a second, guys. I need to drink some water. Okay, we'll be starting the class in like 2 to 3 minutes. I'm just taking up some questions right now so that more people can join. I don't want anyone to be left alone. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Any plans for Python beginner to expert course? So actually, if I'm not wrong, Imran, we are going to start. So once the C++ is like completed almost 50%, I will personally be making a Python beginner to advanced program that will be around 30 days long. Okay, again, like it may exceed more than that as well. I cannot say for sure, but minimum it would be of 30 days. And we'll be covering Python in its entire depth. So actually I can go ahead and show you guys. I've created the entire course syllabus and everything else as well. Let me just search for it. I think so it should be under the alias of Shape AI. Secondary rate limit. Okay, just a second. Shape AI get. Let me just show you that as well. So I think so that was Python for data science, if I'm not wrong. So as you're able to see, I've started creating the entire thing. Okay, we'll be covering like entire Python, will be covering pandas, NumPy, so all these tools as well, all these libraries in Python. So for example, I can go ahead and show you what kind of stuff you will be receiving in that. It will again be for free on YouTube. You don't have to worry. For example, this is for the basics of Python, data types and operators. They're able to see this is a very long program with a lot of assignments, a lot of things that you're going to learn in depth during that particular sessions as well. So you can definitely join that. Of course, it will again be for free live on YouTube. So yeah, that will be great again. Let me take up some more questions. Is there any course on C? See, C is a particular language that will be only taught to you in universities. It will never be asked in any interviews. Companies do not ask C. They'll go with C++ itself. Okay, C is an obsolete language. Okay, nobody uses it right now. The reason due to that, it's like using a TV that is still made about vacuum tubes. Like it's in 1980s. This is not 1980s. It's 40 years after that. So don't learn C. Start with C++. That will be better for you. Okay. On 3rd May, we will get the certificate. So once this bootcamp ends on the 7th day, you will be asked to submit your projects that we'll be doing. It will take, we'll give you 3 to 4 days to submit your project as well. It won't take more than that because everything will be done in the class itself. You can see the recordings and make the project on the basis of that. Once that submission has come up, then in a week or so, we'll be releasing the certificates on the basis of attendance as well as the project. Okay. Okay, so data structures and algorithms in JavaScript. See, again, I am saying if you are doing data structures and algorithms or competitive programming for any field, do it in either C++ or Java. Don't select any other language. That is my language of choice, and that is what you will be asked in most of your interviews as well. It's always better to go with the entire herd. Yes, you can do it in Python. Yes, you can do it in JavaScript. But my experience tells me that C++ or Java should be your language of choice for data structures and algorithms as well as competitive programming. Okay. Okay, so which language would be beneficial nowadays? Like, which is the trending language the IT companies are waiting? See, languages are not something that IT companies are going after. It's the technologies that these companies are looking forward to. For example, they won't be looking for a Python developer. They will be looking for someone who has experience in Python as well as he knows the data science, machine learning, deep learning algorithms. He has developed some projects in those fields as well. So that is what they are looking forward to. Okay, whether it be like a full stack developer, front end engineer, back end engineer, a project engineer, so on and so forth. It has a bit of JavaScript in it, but the technologies that they will be looking forward would be React, React Native, then Mern Stack, that is MongoDB, Express in the backend, then maybe Docker and Kubernetes for DevOps, Ansible, Tailwind CSS, Bootstrap CSS, all those kind of stuff. Okay. We have plans for Java as well, Mohit, but not right now. Right now, we'll be releasing the C++, then we'll be releasing the Python, and then after that, we'll be releasing Java. So that is what I planned as of this particular moment. Okay, so we'll again get started with the program. Okay, right now, I don't think so more people are going to join us. Okay. So we will take up some questions when you will be coming live on Instagram as well after this particular class. When it ends at 8, at 8:10 we'll be coming live on Insta. Those people who are having any sort of questions, then come there. You can either post your questions right over there in the live streaming itself, or you can even come live with me and ask the questions. Okay. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Web development. So yesterday we had learned a bit of introductory about the internet. We had learned a bit about HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We have learned a bit about how the web actually works. So all these things have been like a brief introductory session to you. Today we are going to start off with HTML. So can someone let me know what is the full form of HTML? We had discussed it yesterday. Can someone let me know what is the full form of HTML? Please let me know, guys, right now. Again, HTML. Great. Kashvi, Malik has said it correctly first. So, hypertext markup language. That's absolutely clear, guys. We have discussed upon that as well. So today we'll be starting off with a bit about HTML. Okay, we'll be starting off with the coding portion itself. We'll be learning as we code. Okay, so we'll be going through a many number of things as you are able to see. So let us just start off with the markup language that we said. Okay, so yesterday we had learned about like the hieroglyphs in Egyptian languages that had some special meaning, that added some contextual special meaning to the written document that the Egyptians created. So similarly, that got transferred into other languages. You can have XML, okay, you're having HTML and so on, JSML and so on and so forth. There are many number of markup languages. The HTML itself is a particular document. So let me first show you how an HTML document actually looks like. So at any particular portion, if you want to see the HTML side, HTML code of any website. So right now I am on GitHub. Okay, everybody should have two accounts ready with them. First of all, a GitHub account and a LinkedIn account. If you want to become a software engineer in any field, any company, you need to have these two accounts ready with you. Okay, these are like your resume, digital resumes itself. So please make sure that you are having these two accounts set up. Okay, so anywhere on the page, just a right click, okay, and then go to inspect. Okay, as you are doing a right click anywhere on any page, it may be even like you're going to Netflix. Okay, let's go to netflix.com, and there I'm just selecting Shaurya. As you are able to see, you just have to do a right click on the page, anywhere on the page, go to inspect. Okay, go to inspect, and there this particular document that you are able to see on the bottom portion is your HTML page itself. This is how an HTML document actually looks like. So you're having your head, your body, you're having your HTML tag, you're having your doc type HTML. So this is how an HTML document, HTML code actually looks like. Okay. So if I'm expanding this, you are able to see there are many number of lines of code that you are able to see right over here. And in the body as well, you are able to see this is a huge document, guys, a huge document just for the HTML portion itself, okay, of the page. So the same thing, what you can do is, for right now, I understand that most of you may or may not have like a laptop to be working upon. So instead of setting up a local environment to work upon, we'll be using Sandbox.io. Okay, you guys can go to this particular website, Sandbox.io. You can write the entire code, practice everything from your mobile phone as well. If you're having an Android, iOS, or any other devices that you're having with you, or even a laptop, whether it be a PC, whether it be a Mac, whether it be a Linux, anything that you're having, you can just go to this particular website. Okay, then go to create sandbox. Okay, and we'll be creating a sandbox in let us see, static. So you need to create a static, like you are not creating a dynamic page. So what is the difference between a static page and a dynamic page? When you are linking a particular website to a backend, okay, when you are having a backend and there's a lot of information being fed to it, then that is called as a dynamic page. Right now, we are only going to have a particular website that we are going to create in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That is just the front end of the website. That is just a static website. Nothing is getting changed in that. Okay, it's not dynamic in nature. So that's why we are going to select the static sandbox. Okay, from right over here. We are using the code sandbox.io. Okay, so you guys can go to that particular website, create a sandbox, and from there select the static sandbox that you want to create. Okay, then I'm just opening up the website that we are going to create on another page. Let me just close this. So all your HTML code is going to go inside the index.html file. So just like you are having a document. Okay, so for example, you are creating a Word doc. So it's doc or dox or docx or something like that. So that is an extension at the end. Okay, similarly, when you're creating an HTML page, the file name would be whatever you want to have. Okay, shaurya.html, or maybe pranav.html, or maybe devish.html, or so on and so forth. Right now, the default name for the home page is usually called as the index. Okay, it's all called as the index. It is called as the index.html page. Okay, it's a default name. You can change that. You can have it as Shaurya, you can have it as maybe, let's take as Shubhajit or something like that. You don't have to worry about it. Right now, we are going to take up with index.html. Okay, so all your code is going to go inside of this particular file. So let me just reduce size. Are you guys able to see the entire page? So I'm going to remove these 3 lines because that is not useful for you right now. I'm going to take up from the basics itself. Let's remove the language. Okay, let's keep up the language as well. So are you able to see this particular code? Like it's visible. Is there some problem with it? Do let me know. So sign up, my suggestion would be go with GitHub, so that by default you will have to create your GitHub account. If you still don't have it, sign in via Google itself for right now, but create a GitHub account, guys. Okay, are you guys able to see like everything on my screen? Like it's clear, am I right? The code is clear, you are able to read through it. Okay, for those who are using YouTube for the first time, you can go into the settings, increase the quality of the video to like maybe 720p. Okay, you will be able to see things much more clearly. Okay, so can we use Notepad++ for the programming as well? Yes, Kostov, you can use it, but my suggestion would be start with Code Sandbox. Don't be in your comfort zone, come out of it. It will be better for the long run. Okay, so this is how a document, okay, an HTML document look like. Okay, we will be going through this a little bit later. Let's first start off with our PPT. Okay, so a particular code or particular script that you write in your HTML file looks somewhat like this. You are having the text that you want to show on your website in the middle, that is called as the content that goes on your website. It's something that goes on your website, is the content. Okay, so that is what will be shown on your website. Now there are some type of like things that you want to apply to it. Maybe when you are looking at a website, there's a heading. Okay, it's bold, it's big. It's maybe it's a subheading. Okay, it's small but it's still bold. Maybe it's just a paragraph. Okay, like you have to divide your articles into paragraphs, and this text that's small but thin as well, and each of those paragraphs are like proper paragraphs you are able to see. So all these kind of layout changes that you want to create, you create that using your HTML attributes. Okay, using your HTML code itself. So right now, for example, if I want to, so these are called as tags. Okay, these things that you put, okay, the hieroglyphs that were there in Egyptian languages, similarly in your HTML document, those hieroglyphs are called as tags. Okay, so for example, this is a paragraph, is a content that I want to put on my website. If I want to make it as a paragraph itself, okay, I want to showcase it as a paragraph, I will be using the P tag. Okay, I'll be using the P tag. So for example, right over here, you are having your opening tag. Okay, you have to open and close a tag. So for example, if I want to put a particular content, okay, as a paragraph, I need to specify where that paragraph starts and where the paragraph ends. To do that, you are having an opening P tag that is put up right over here like this, and then you are having a closing P tag at the end. Now everything in between is called as the content. The first tag is called as the opening tag. The last tag is called as the closing tag. You can represent this entire thing, this entire line of code. Okay, you are having this is a paragraph, and then your P tag are there on the start and the end. You can even reference it while writing as a paragraph in a particular box, and then inside of that paragraph, so this is our paragraph tag, okay, right over here, you can just reference it while drawing, okay, as paragraph, and then inside of it you are having your content. So paragraph is the node, and inside of it you are having your content. We will be going through this a bit deeper when we'll be learning about the document itself, but right now I guess like this is basics I'm going through so that you are able to understand the HTML code at the end of the day. Okay, so let's look at this as well. You're having your opening tag, you are having your closing tag, and you are having the content inside of it, the basic content that you want to show on your website. Okay, so let's try to look at the code right now. So this is a website that we have created. The content on the website, as you are able to see, is this is a static template. There's no builder or bundling involved. Okay, this is a text that we are able to see on our screen. It's bold. Okay, it's not too big, but it's still bold in nature. So what happens right over here, as you are able to see, this is the document that we have created, and this is the content that we are having. This is a static template. There's no builder or bundling involved. So this is the content that I've highlighted right over here. We have put it up inside a opening h1 tag. This is the heading tag, guys. So similarly to a paragraph tag, when you want to create a heading that's bold, that's big, okay, so that's the biggest heading that is possible, we'll be using the h1 tag. Okay, we'll be learning about the h tags as well. Okay, what are the different h tags and how we are going to use it. Right now we are just going through an example to understand the code in a bit more easier sense. Okay, so right over here you are having an h1 tag in the start, okay, to specify okay this is the starting, and then you're having an h1 tag at the end to specify where it is ending. Okay, let me just as you're able to see, this is the closing h1 tag at the end. I'm not able to scroll completely, but I hope that you guys are able to see the closing h1 tag as well. Okay, so use the static template in the sandbox. Okay, use the static template, Nakshi. Okay, so let's look at the rest of the document. So this is an HTML document. This is how you create a basic template for an HTML boilerplate. Okay, this is what we call as a boilerplate. Okay, this is a template that you can then edit to create your entire page. So it starts off with a doc type HTML. Now please remember, when you are having an exclamation mark in front of it, okay, this is not actually a tag. Okay, this is just some metadata about the document. So now you will be telling that what is a metadata. Okay, I've never heard about it. So data about data, information about data is called as metadata. Let's try to understand it. So for example, I purchased a watch. Okay, I purchased a watch from the Apple store, and you get a box with it. I know this is an Apple watch, but still it will have some extra information on the box. Maybe its price, maybe its color, maybe the branding that it's of Apple, it's an iWatch, and so on and so forth. It's a Series 7, it has Wi-Fi, it is GPS enabled or not. So all this information, all this data about the content of the box. So the box contains this watch. Okay, all this information, all this data about data is called as metadata. Information about data is called as metadata. So right over here, doc type HTML basically states that this document, this current document that you are holding, is an HTML document. Okay, this document that you're currently holding is an HTML document. So you have just specified some metadata about this particular document itself. Next, you are having the opening HTML tag. So let me just reduce the head and the body. Okay, you are having the opening HTML tag that basically states that from right over here, the HTML code begins. Okay, between the opening HTML tag and the closing HTML tag, you are having the rest of the entire code. Now, if I'm removing this, nothing will change. Okay, so for example, if I'm removing this, this is how by default it will look like. You are having an opening HTML tag, and you are having a closing HTML tag. Now, this is also normal, this also works, but right over here we are having an attribute to this particular tag. This is called as an attribute, some additional features of this particular tag. So HTML tag has an attribute associated with it. The attribute right over here is language is in English. So whatever content that we are putting inside of this particular document is going to be in English. There are various other languages that you can put up, Hindi and other languages as well, but you have to research about it, how to put it, how to add the extensions and so on and so forth. Right now we just want to specify that okay, the language that we are going to have the entire document will be in English, so don't confuse it with something else. Okay, so inside the HTML documents we are having two other tags, your head tag and your body tag. So whatever you see on the website, whatever content that you are able to see on that website, that goes inside the body tag. Okay, your body is the thing that you are able to see, that goes inside the body tag itself. Whereas the head tag contains some additional information about the website. Okay, so for example, you are having some metadata about the website that you want to specify, maybe the title of the website, maybe some styles that you want to put inside the website itself. So these are some additional details, these are some metadata about the website itself that you are not able to see on the website as a content, but these are some additional informations that your browsers can read. Okay, the browser that you're using, whether like you are using a Mozilla Firefox, whether you are using a Chrome or something like that, so your browser are able to read through whatever content you are having in your head, and your browsers are rendering whatever there is in the body. Okay, so that you are able to see. So for example, inside the head right now we are having title as static template. Okay, so where does this title go? So you are having a title tag So where this title tag gets referred to, okay, when you're opening any website, you're able to see on the tab of that website. So you are having your web development tab, day to attendance link tab, you're having a DevTown previously API tag, live streaming tab, Sandbox tab, so on and so forth. The static template, the title that you're putting right over here between this like title tags will then be shown in the tab section. Okay, the name of that particular tab will be that title. Okay, it's not the body that you are able to see on your screen, but the name of the tab. Okay, I hope that you are able to understand what a tab means, okay, when you're creating a new tab or so on and so forth. So the name of that tab is static template. Okay, that is the information that you're putting inside the head tag. Then you come to the body tag. Inside the body, you are having your h1 element that is getting rendered on your screen. So if I'm saving this from right over here, you are easily able to see when you go to your website that this is a static template, there's no builder bar. So the content that you want to push to your website comes from right over here. Whatever you put inside the body tag will then be showcased on your static template. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Guys, if you have any questions, if you are stuck somewhere, you were not able to understand, please put it up in the live chat so that I'm able to understand that, okay, this is something that I need to explain again. Okay, explain about the first line. No issues in that. The first line right over here, doc type HTML is not a tag. Okay, as you are able to see, this is not a normal tag. It basically tells the browser that the file that you're going to render is an HTML tag. It's a metadata about that file itself. Okay, basically it tells like it's an HTML5 document. So there are various versions of HTML 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 is the latest one. To specify that this is the latest version of HTML, you write this particular line, that is, it's an HTML5 document. Okay, okay, great. Great. Okay, so let's move on from right over here back to our PPT. Now what happens is, let's try to first of all go to Paint. Okay, let's open up Paint first of all. So the current website that you saw right now, okay, the website that I showed you that we had rendered as of this particular moment, let's try to understand this first of all. So the code that you saw was like we are having a HTML tag in the front. Okay, then you are having your head tag, you are having a title. Inside the title there's some title, you are ending the title tag. Okay, then you are having the ending head tag, then you are having your body tag. Then inside your body tag you are having your h1 tag. Again, it has some content inside of it. You are ending the body tag again. Okay, and then you are ending the HTML tag. Okay, so right over here you are able to see this. Now this can also be represented on a like a rough page in the form of a hierarchy. As you are able to see, there's a hierarchy. So HTML is on the top, then you are having your head, the body, and then inside the head you are having your title and then h1. So let's represent it as a tree. Okay, so on the top you are having your HTML. Yeah, on the top you are having your HTML. On the top it's like document. Okay, you are having a document on the top, so let's keep it correct. Okay, so that later on I don't have to remind you guys. Of course, this is not something that will be relevant in this bootcamp. It will be relevant in the React bootcamp, and we will be going through this again. But still, let's start with the document. Then inside of document you are having your HTML. Inside HTML there are two tags. Okay, the head tag and the body tag. So HTML has two tags inside of it: the head tag and the body tag. Now inside the head tag you are having your title tag, and inside your title you are having some content. Similarly, inside your body you are having your h1 tag, and inside of that you are again having some content. So we had seen previously for the paragraph tag as well. If you remember it correctly, when we were going through our PPT, the first thing that we did was to represent any particular code in the HTML file. We can represent it as a node format itself. So that is what I'm trying to make sure that you are able to understand from right over here. You are having a document and your HTML, and each tag can have various tags inside of it. Okay, it can have multiple tags inside of it, not just a single or just two tags inside of it. Okay, depending upon the structure of the code, you can have like 10,000s of tags inside a particular tag itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. The WhatsApp group link, Mukta, is down in the description of the video if I'm not wrong. Okay, you can join it from right over there. What is the purpose of the body tag? Okay, so a great question to ask is, what if I just write the h1 tag? I don't write HTML, I don't write body, I don't write anything else. So let's go back to our code. Okay, let's remove everything. So let's first remove something so that I'm able to make sure that everything works. Yes. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is we are going to remove everything. We are going to remove the doc type, we are going to remove the heading, just the title directly. Okay, we are going to remove this. We're just going to have the title, and the body we are going to remove it from right over here. This also we are going to remove the HTML tag. We're just going to have our h1 tag. Okay, the h1 tag, the contents inside of it, and the title tag, nothing else. I've removed everything, guys. As you're able to see, there's no HTML tag, there's no body tag, there's no heading tag. What do you think? Will this work or not? Can someone just guess? Like, it's random guess. Of course, I'm not saying you guys that you should know the answer, but can you guys guess whether this will work or not? So the greatest shock is that it will still work. Okay, as you are able to see, let me just reload the page. It's still working. There's no issues with that. The entire thing is still rendering. There are no issues. It will still work. Then why are we going through all the pain? Okay, to put up everything in a very proper manner. We are having your body tag, your head tag, all this kind of stuff. Why we are doing that if everything works properly without that as well? Without that as well, it was working properly. Why we are putting all this code right over here? The basic matter of fact is, it will work, but sometimes you will start getting errors as well, because it will not be able to understand what you are trying to do. So for example, you can write your notes in a proper manner that anyone is able to understand, or you can just write it in the fashion of a doctor, where you are not able to understand your own handwriting. Okay, only one person in the entire world is able to understand that, that is the pharmacist, and no one else. So that kind of writing cannot be shared with anyone. There's no proper channelization that, okay, if you want to have a metadata, put it inside head. If you want to have the body, put it inside the body. If you are having some kind of English language, if you want to include Hindi, put it inside of the H1, sorry, the HTML tag, so on and so forth. So you are doing all this to make sure that everything like is common within the entire world. If you're anyone reading your code from any company, from any part of the entire world, is able to find all the metadata at once inside the head tag. If he wants to find something else, he knows where it is going to be. It's just that there is some proper documentation that has been created, there's proper conventions that have been created by the Web Development Society, and you have to accept that. You have to use it. That is as a matter of fact. It will work without that as well, but that's the general practice. So even if you are removing all this, basically your web browser adds it at a later point of time. So let me just show it to you. So when I'm removing the head and the body, the HTML from right over here as well, again we have converted this to this the title and the h1 tag. We are going to reload our page, and when we are going to do right click and then inspect, you will be able to see that you still have the head tag, you still have the body tag that has been put up by the browser itself. Okay, even though you haven't done anything right over here, the browser understood your code and it put it up by default. Okay, so that is the reason why you should always, when you're writing your code, you should always do it properly from the start. You shouldn't be waiting for the browser to put everything up for you. Okay, So with that, whenever you are sharing your code with anyone else, he or she is able to understand this. Okay. See, not just for search engines. Like I said, search engine, right now you were able to see that the browser automatically rendered the HTML and the head and the body tags. It's not just for search engines, that is metadata. Okay, metadata is for search engines. Okay, to gain more information about the website itself. We'll be learning about that when we'll be looking at your image tags and all those kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. So let's continue from right over here. Okay, so as you were able to see that we can have multiple tags inside of a tag as well. For example, right over here, HTML has like head tag and body tag inside of it. Okay, head tag and body tag inside of the HTML tag. So from right over here, you are able to see that head, you can call the HTML tag as the parent of your head tag and your body tag. Okay, you can call head tag and body tag as siblings. You can call them as siblings. Okay, or you can call the head tag as the child of the HTML tag, as well as the body tag is also a child of the HTML tag. Okay, so you are having these terminologies. So whatever is on the top is the parent of the immediate tags that follow it. Okay, so for example, HTML, the head tag and body tag comes under HTML tag, so HTML tag will be the parent of head and body tag. Similarly, the head tag will be the parent of the title tag, the body tag will be the parent of the h1 tag, and the reverse is also true. So for example, the head tag is the child of HTML tag, the body tag is the child of the HTML tag, the title tag is the child of the head tag, the h1 tag is the child of the body tag. Okay, and so on and so forth. But siblings can only be made when they have an immediate common parent. So for example, title and h1 tag are not siblings because they don't have an immediate common parent. Okay, they don't have an immediate common parent. So title and h1 are not siblings, but head and body are siblings because they have an immediate common parent, that is the HTML tag. Are you guys able to understand this? What is rendering? Okay, so the browser basically tries to understand the HTML, CSS and JavaScript documents that are being delivered to it. Yesterday we had talked about it, and then it renders. Okay, it renders means that it reads through the entire thing, it compiles the entire thing and showcases it to you in a form that is not code, that is just the website itself. That is called as rendering the documents. Okay, are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time, guys? Please let me know. Amazing, guys, amazing. So as you're able to see, element 1, element 2, element 3, these are some of the relationships that you should be familiarizing yourself with. Okay, this is very important, guys. Okay, this is the three kind of hierarchy that you will be able to see when you are writing your HTML code. If I have that, so I'm having a particular thing. Let's do one thing. Let's open up the static template. I'm having an extension that basically creates the tree for us. Let's see if that works. Okay, so as you are able to see from right over here, you are having your HTML tag on the top, you're having your head and the body tag below it. Okay, so div tag is something that has been added separately, so like we can ignore it for right now because it's the video extension div. Okay, you are having your script title tag inside of the head tag, your h1 tag inside the body tag. You're able to see like the number of children of body tag is 1, the number of children of head tag is 3, the number of children of HTML tag is 3, again head, body and div, so on and so forth. Okay, so these are some of the things that you should be familiarizing yourself with, because this will be very important when you will be going with other technologies like React or Angular in the future. It will come to bite you back. Okay, so something that I'm trying to make sure that you are preparing yourself for the future as well. Okay, so let's move back to the PPT. So sometimes what happens is you are having a lot many number of tabs. Okay, let's look at something. Okay, let's go back to our drawing screens. So that script is something that has been introduced by the browser default. It may be due to some other reasons as well. It's not included in our code as we are using an online IDE. So it also adds something to make sure that it is being rendered properly. So that has been added by them. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, the door is open. Just keep her upstairs. Hi, Suji. So I have a dog, so she's just coming now, right now from her walk. Okay, so let's continue from right over here. What I was saying was, okay, so sometimes what happens is, let's look at a particular article. Okay, so you are having an article at any point of time when you are visiting any of the news websites. So you're having an head tag. Okay, so you're having your big bold tag right over here. So maybe DevTown. Okay, so far some like big tag right over here, then you're having some subheading right over here, and then some paragraph below it, and then this article itself gets like used again and again and again many number of times. Okay, there are like 4 or 5 different articles that you put up on your screen at any point of time. So sometimes you need to bundle these three. So as it is being used again and again, you might want to bundle all these three together, okay, to apply some style changes. So we'll be discussing upon this in the future, why you need to bundle it together, okay, because that will be in the CSS portion. I don't want to like bring it right now, you won't be able to understand. I try to just think about it as bundling different tags together. Okay, so for example, you saw the HTML tag bundled the head tag and the body tag. What if I'm having an h1 tag and a paragraph tag and I want to bundle that together? So for that we are having a div tag. A div tag has no attributes associated with it. For example, an h1 tag will make the text bold and big. A paragraph tag will make a text look as a paragraph itself. Okay, but a div does not has any particular functions. Okay, it is just used as a suitcase, okay, as a box to put different tags together. Why is that important? We will be learning about it at a later point of time when we'll be going into CSS, but right now this is something that is important for you to learn. Okay, so for example, let us go back. So right over here you are having a div tag. Inside of the div tag you are having another element. So up till now what you were seeing was that you are having content, only content inside another element. Now you are having an element inside of an element. Okay, that is how a div tag is used. You put elements inside of it. Okay, so this is how the code will look like. You are having a div tag, an opening div tag, a closing div tag, and you can put different content inside of it. So for example, if I want to create this particular tree hierarchy, okay, we have seen the hierarchy. Okay, so you're having a div tag and then you're having an h1 and a paragraph tag inside of it. So writing the code, as you're able to see, the code is right over here, but still we'll be doing the coding portion as well. You're having an h1 tag right over here, so, and a paragraph tag. Let's create a paragraph tag as well. So let's create a paragraph tag, and inside the paragraph tag we are going to write some gibberish right over here. Let's guys. Okay. So I've created a paragraph tag with a lot of gibberish inside of it. Now I want to, so right now if I'm going to my, I've saved it, if I'm going to my website, you will be able to see that it looks the entire, like there's nothing different about it. It looks the same. Okay, so if I'm even putting a div tag around it, nothing will be changed. Okay, it will still remain the same. Okay, so if I'm putting a div tag right over here, div, I need to close it as well. Okay, I need to close it as well. Right over here, I need to close it. Okay, so once I've done this, I will be saving this. Okay, and then I will be going back to my static template, reloading the page. As you're able to see, nothing has been changed. But if I look at the tree generator right now, okay, if I'm looking at the tree generator right now, you will be able to see that this div tag now contains the h1 and the p tag. Okay, you are having the div tag that now contains the h1 and the p tag. Let me just increase the size. I don't think so. This will still. So I hope that you guys are able to see right over here inside the body you are having a div tag, and inside the div tag you are having your h1 and the p tag. Okay. No, so nav is totally different. So nav is usually used for navigation bars. Okay, so it's a specialized div tag that is used for navigation bar. It has some attributes associated with it. So it's a bit different. Div is just used for containerization and nothing else. It's a basic containerization semantic tag. It is used. That's it. Okay. It does not has any properties associated with it. Okay. So as you are able to see, the div tag has two children inside of it, the h1 and the p tag. Okay. Yes, now you can call h and p as a sibling to each other as well. Okay. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next thing. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Do you have any problems, any questions that you're having? Please let me know, guys. Because the basics I've covered. Tomorrow we are going to have, so I've created some question problem statements as well. So we will be going through all these problem statements and we'll be coding them accordingly tomorrow. But right now, do you have any questions? Okay. Do you have any questions up till now, guys? Because I know I'm not that great of a teacher that I could have solved every single doubt. Okay. But if you have any, okay, what is the need of the div tag? Like I said, we'll be discussing that when we'll be studying the CSS portion. There's a lot many number of uses of div tag, but right now for our basic understanding, it is used for styling two tags together. Okay, but we'll be learning that when we'll be learning the CSS portion. That is the styling portion. Okay. Is it necessary to make contourization in HTML? No, but then your code will look absolute shit if you're not using the proper containerization. Okay, you want to make your code look as beautiful as possible, as easy to understand as possible. Because when you're a coder, when you are a software engineer working at any firm, you're not writing your code only for yourself. Your code will be read by almost 100 other people, and they have to understand it immediately. They can't go through your code trying to figure out what you have done. You have to follow the conventions so that it's easier for them to understand the code. Okay, can you use multiple div tag in a single program? Yes, you can have n number of div tags. You can have a div tag inside of a div tag as well. You don't have to worry about it. So can you provide a list of extensions you are using so we can download that too? Okay, so I don't know if you are able to see this or not. One of the things that I'm using is HTML tree generator, and the second one is your web developer. Okay, these are the two extensions that I'm using right now. HTML tree generator, see, these are something that I use just for teaching purposes. These are not something that I use it on a daily basis. I just use it so that so this is not my coding laptop. My coding laptop is right over here. So this is just the laptop that I use for organizing the boot camps and webinars, and sometimes even some basic games as well. Okay. Sir, you mentioned our GitHub account. So how are you going to use it in our course? Kirti, even so for the project submission, we'll be asking you to submit your project via GitHub itself. So that by that way, you are actually learning how to use GitHub as well. Okay, that's why. Explain something about Sandbox. Okay, so Code Sandbox is my favorite website that I usually use when I'm testing something out. It gives you an online environment. Okay, basically when you are coding on your laptop, you are using the resources of your laptop to code. Now, just a second, should I just check? I should have the battery. Okay, so when you're coding on your laptop, you're using the CPU, GPU, the RAM of your own laptop. So what does this sandboxes allow you to do is, you're using an interface on the browser, but the resources that is going to be utilized are in the cloud. It's somewhere else. It may be they are using AWS, I know that. So they will be using, so there's some server on the AWS department which you are using right now. So whatever code you are running is being rendered right over there and sending the results back to you. Okay, that is how it works. So you are not using your own laptop's resources for that. So that's why I usually prefer Code Sandbox to testing some things out, so that I don't have to use my own laptop for the same. And it's effectively very efficient. You just go out there, test different stuff up. If it clicks, then you paste it right back into your code. That is how I usually use the Code Sandbox. Please send the PPT. Sure, I told my team to send it to you guys, but they told that there's a proper channel that we have to follow and a lot many number of things that they told. So throughout the bootcamp, there will be one day when all the PPTs will be sent to the WhatsApp groups. I'm not sure on which date they will be sending it, but during the bootcamp itself, the PPT will be shared with you. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. Okay. So begin Android. We'll surely take that into account. Right now, we don't have anything about Android, but yeah. Okay. It's better to use Sandbox instead of filling up space in your own laptop. That's great. Is there any course on blockchain? Harish, actually, like I said, if you had attended yesterday's session on Instagram, so one of our mentors is currently at my house itself. His name is Devesh Vishwakarma. He has previously worked in Reliance and Geo in blockchain development. Currently, he's a blockchain developer at Deloitte, and he's an amazing person to work with. He is currently creating a program on blockchain as well. We might have some boot camps on blockchain or some at least some webinars in the future, so you don't have to worry about it. Yes, you can use VS Code for HTML as well. The project will be done and on the last date, or that is on the 7th or the 8th day. Okay, so let me show you the attendance link for today. Again, guys, it's a humble request. Those who are live with us right now, do subscribe and like the video. It really helps our community to grow a lot. All these things, we are actually doing it for free. There are no money involved whatsoever. All the boot camps, all the training programs, everything we are doing as a no cost platform itself. Like we are a non-profit, so that is the reason why. Of course, after the end of today's session as well, around 8:10, I will be going live on Instagram as well. If you guys want to join me there, surely join me there. We'll talk. If it's possible, just send me a request to come live with me. We'll have a chat. I would love to know about you as well. There's a lot number of people that I would like to meet. So if I'm not able to meet personally, then Instagram is the next best thing. Tell me about yourself. It will be great to talk to you. Okay, so let me show the attendance link for today. Okay, somebody has already filled it. Okay, so let me show the attendance link. The attendance link is right now on your screen. The attendance link always works. There's never a time when the attendance is not working. Check your spelling properly, okay, about what you're putting in. No, of course, full stack has a lot more demand than Android. The simple reason being that with full stack, you can create Android apps, iOS apps, websites, even some other apps as well, VR apps, even WatchOS apps, both for Google Wear OS as well as for iOS watch faces as well. So yes, full stack has a lot more applications than Android developers. A lot more. Is there any video created by DevTown that we can learn GitHub? That's a great suggestion. We'll definitely come with one so that you guys are able to get some basic knowledge in GitHub as well. I will write that down and I will surely get back with it. Okay, so all these questions that you guys are having, let's do one thing. Let's come to Instagram at 8:10. Okay, you can either come live with me or put your questions in the comment sections and I will definitely answer those live. Okay, so from 8:10 to 8:20, 8:30, I will be live on Insta. Do join there. The link to the Insta page is down in the description itself and we can surely have a chat. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Let's meet tomorrow. Let's meet at the Insta meet. It will be great to have you guys on board with us. Otherwise, we can definitely meet tomorrow as well. And there's a lot more things that, for example, we are having this CSS portion that we have put up right now. Then we are having your CSS cheat sheet as well. So this will also be something that will be useful for you when we'll be moving further with CSS. So do come there. Let's talk and have a great time. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.